Have you ever wondered, could your morning cup of coffee, the one that feels so harmless, actually be raising your blood pressure day by day? Today, we'll hear the familiar story of Richard, a 71-year-old man who has been loyal to his coffee for over 40 years, but lately he's started to worry. Could that small daily ritual be quietly affecting his heart? Let's find out together.
Hello, Doctor. My name is Richard, and I'm 71 years old. I live with my wife in a quiet suburban area in Arizona. Every morning around 6 a.m., I wake up, take a stroll around the backyard, then come back inside with a steaming cup of coffee in hand. Coffee, to me, it feels like an old friend. We've been through a lot together over the past 40 years. From my working days to retirement, I've always started my day with a cup of black coffee. Sometimes I even have another one in the afternoon while reading the newspaper or catching up on the news. But lately, I've started to feel a bit uneasy. At my last routine checkup, my doctor said my blood pressure was a bit high, 45/90. Not high enough to start medication just yet, but definitely something to watch. So I went home and started paying attention to everything I ate, from the salt in my soup to the slice of toast I have every morning. But the thing I keep wondering about is coffee. Some of my friends at the Senior Wellness Club told me that coffee can raise blood pressure. A few even suggested I should give it up completely. But to be honest, I'm not sure what to do. Without coffee, my mornings feel like they're missing a beat. But if it's doing harm, then I can't just ignore it either. So today, I want to ask you a simple question, though. It means a lot to me. Is coffee safe for seniors with high blood pressure? Do I really need to give up this long-time habit? Or is it just a matter of changing how I drink it? I could really use a clear answer, not just for peace of mind, but so I can keep living in a way that's both healthy and enjoyable.
Thank you, Mr. Richard, for sharing so honestly. Your question is actually one that many people over 55 often ask. And to give you a clear answer, we first need to understand one important thing. Coffee itself isn't bad, but the caffeine in coffee can affect blood pressure in some people. Caffeine is a natural stimulant. You can find it in coffee, tea, chocolate, some sodas, and even certain pain relievers. Once it enters the body, caffeine does two main things. First, it stimulates the central nervous system, helping you feel more alert and focused. Second, it can temporarily cause blood vessels to narrow, which may lead to a slight increase in blood pressure about 30 minutes to an hour after drinking it. In healthy individuals, blood pressure may rise by about 5 to 10 mmHg and then return to normal within a few hours. But for older adults, or for those who already have elevated blood pressure, this reaction can be more noticeable, especially if the person is sensitive to caffeine and doesn't realize it. Here's another important point many people overlook. Everyone responds to coffee differently. Some people drink it and feel just fine. Others may feel jittery, experience a racing heartbeat, or even notice a spike in blood pressure that leads to headaches or trouble sleeping. Habits like drinking coffee on an empty stomach, adding sugar or condensed milk, or having multiple cups a day can all intensify the effects of caffeine on blood pressure. And don't forget, coffee can interact with certain medications such as diuretics, beta blockers, or drugs used to treat anxiety. These interactions aren't necessarily dangerous right away, but over time, they can make it harder to manage your blood pressure effectively. So if you're drinking coffee regularly every day but not checking your blood pressure afterward, it can be hard to tell whether coffee is a silent culprit behind any fluctuations. To sum it up, coffee isn't the bad guy, but it does need to be used wisely. especially once we reach our 60s and beyond, when the body's natural rhythms and responses begin to change. Dear Mr. Richard, and to everyone watching this video, if coffee is not consumed the right way, especially for those over 60 with a history of high blood pressure, the long-term effects can be more serious than they might seem at first. First, a slight rise in blood pressure after drinking coffee may not cause any symptoms right away. But if it happens every day, over months or even years, your blood vessels are constantly under pressure, and that can lead to a higher risk of atherosclerosis, hardening and narrowing of the arteries. The heart having to work harder, which can cause left ventricular hypertrophy, meaning the heart muscle thickens, increasing the risk of future heart failure. A greater chance of stroke, especially when combined with stress, poor sleep, or imbalances in electrolytes. Second, some older adults may feel jittery, experience heart palpitations, slight hand tremors, or a general sense of unease after drinking coffee. Let me be clear, these are not just normal reactions. They're signs that the sympathetic nervous system, the part of the body that handles stress responses, is being overstimulated, and when that happens too often, it can lead to irregular heart rhythms or uncontrolled spikes in blood pressure. Third, and this is something many people tend to overlook, coffee can interfere with sleep, especially if it's consumed after 2 p.m. For older adults, sleep is more than just rest. It's the time when the body helps regulate heart rhythm, blood pressure, and hormone levels. When sleep is disrupted, the body becomes more fatigued the next day, mood tends to dip, and morning blood pressure is more likely to spike. Third, and this is something many people tend to overlook, coffee can interfere with sleep, especially if it's consumed after 2 p.m. For older adults, sleep is more than just rest. It's the time when the body helps regulate heart rhythm, blood pressure, and hormone levels. When sleep is disrupted, the body becomes more fatigued the next day, mood tends to dip, and morning blood pressure is more likely to spike. That's how a dangerous cycle can begin. You drink coffee, your blood pressure rises, your sleep gets disrupted, you feel more stressed, your blood pressure climbs even higher. And unfortunately, many people don't notice this happening. Why? Because they're so used to that immediate sense of energy and alertness after drinking coffee that they forget to pay attention to the shortened sleep or the lingering fatigue the next morning. Finally, if someone is on blood pressure medication, especially beta blockers like atenolol or metoprolol, caffeine, can actually reduce the effectiveness of those medications, making it harder to manage blood pressure even with regular use. In short, not keeping track of your daily caffeine intake can quietly but steadily make high blood pressure worse, especially in older adults. Mr. Richard, here's the good news. You don't have to give up coffee completely. Recent studies have shown that when consumed in moderation, at the right time, and with awareness of your body's responses, coffee can still be part of a healthy lifestyle even for older adults with high blood pressure. Here are a few simple but highly effective tips. If you're currently drinking 2 or 3 cups a day, try scaling down to just 1 cup in the morning. Don't quit cold turkey. Doing so might lead to headaches, fatigue, or irritability. Instead, reduce gradually over a few weeks. You can make each cup smaller or start blending your regular coffee with decaf to lower the total caffeine content. Choose drip coffee over espresso or traditional Vietnamese-style brews. Drip coffee usually contains less caffeine, which means it puts less strain on your blood pressure. It's a gentler option for daily use. Skip the sugar, condensed milk, and heavy cream. These add-ins may taste good, but they can lead to weight gain and raise blood pressure over time. Keeping your coffee simple helps protect your heart, Want a bit of sweetness? Try unsweetened plant-based milk or cinnamon. If you miss that little touch of flavor, unsweetened almond, oat, or soy milk are heart-friendly alternatives. Or sprinkle in a bit of cinnamon. It adds natural warmth and may even help support better blood sugar and heart health. Drink coffee. 30–60 minutes after breakfast, not on an empty stomach. Having coffee on an empty stomach can trigger a sharper spike in blood pressure and make you feel jittery. Waiting until after breakfast gives your body more balance. Avoid coffee after 2 p.m. Your body starts preparing for rest in the late afternoon. Drinking caffeine too late can disrupt your sleep even if you don't feel it right away. Remember, good sleep is nature's best blood pressure medicine. Especially for older adults, a restful night's sleep helps regulate blood pressure better than any quick fix. Protecting your sleep is one of the kindest things you can do for your heart. After drinking coffee, try checking your blood pressure an hour later. If the numbers stay fairly stable or within a safe range, that's a good sign. It means you can likely continue enjoying 1 cup in the morning without much worry. But if you notice mild hand tremors, a racing heartbeat, or trouble sleeping that night, try taking a break from coffee for 2 to 3 days and monitor how your body responds. Sometimes the best guidance doesn't come from research papers. It comes from simply listening to your own body. Coffee won't be harmful as long as it's part of a balanced lifestyle. Eat with less salt. Do gentle exercise daily. Stay hydrated. Coffee should never replace water. Get enough sleep and manage stress. In the end, the question isn't, should I drink coffee or not? It's, how can I enjoy coffee in a way that supports my health? And if you can do that, then your morning cup of coffee doesn't need to be a worry. It can remain a trusted companion on your journey to healthy aging and better blood pressure. Mr. Richard, and to everyone watching this video, we've just taken a thoughtful look at the relationship between coffee and blood pressure, especially for older adults. And here's the most important takeaway. Coffee isn't the enemy. But if you have high blood pressure, it's essential to understand how your body responds to caffeine, so you can enjoy your coffee in a way that's both safe and satisfying. Quick recap. Coffee can cause a temporary rise in blood pressure, especially in people who are sensitive to caffeine or drink too much. Drinking coffee at the wrong time, in the wrong form, or with added sugar/condensed milk can lead to sleep issues, higher blood pressure, and reduced effectiveness of blood pressure meds. But you don't have to give up coffee. Just make a few smart changes. Right amount, right time, right way. Final advice. If you still want to enjoy your morning cup of coffee, and I completely understand why, try following these simple tips. Limit it to 1 cup a day and drink it after breakfast. Choose drip coffee without sugar, cream, or condensed milk. Avoid coffee after 2 p.m. to protect your sleep. Monitor your blood pressure after drinking. If it stays stable, you're likely in the clear. But if it fluctuates or you notice unusual symptoms, try cutting back or taking a short break to reassess. Sometimes, instead of giving up a small daily joy, the wiser path is learning how to make it healthier. Because living well at this age isn't just about restriction. It's about making thoughtful choices, listening to your body, and embracing each day with calm and clarity. Thank you, Mr. Richard, and thank you to all of you for staying with us until the end of today's video. If you've ever found yourself wondering, can one simple cup of morning coffee really affect my blood pressure that much? Then congratulations, you're not alone. Maybe today, Richard's story is also your story. Or maybe it's your spouse's or your parents'. And if you've been carrying similar questions about coffee, about blood pressure, or simply about how to stay healthy at this stage of life, we warmly invite you to share with us in the comments below. We read every single message, and sometimes we even reply faster than your morning coffee finishes brewing. Gentle chuckle. If you found the insights in today's video helpful, feel free to click subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Each week, we share simple, gentle, yet meaningful guidance to help you care for your blood pressure, sleep, memory, and overall quality of life. Wishing you a calm and cozy morning with a cup of coffee just warm enough and a heart truly at ease. We'll see you again in the next video.